Okay, so let's talk about cab mounts on the F250, F350. All of mine came off except one. And after viewing all of the videos on YouTube with anyone having an issue, it was the driver's side one right here. So I'm gonna tell you how I fixed mine. I am not a mechanic. Just go ahead and throw that out there right off the bat. But here is what happened. Mine ended up getting seized up. I tried everything, doing it by hand, and the bolt ended up breaking. The reason there's cut marks is so I could cut it to get it out. All right, so what's gonna happen is when that bolt breaks, or if you can't get it out, you're stuck with this metal piece in there, which is what spins if you try to use the impact. I'm not sure why. Mine really didn't spin, it just broke. So I was kind of screwed. Well, then I was like, well, crap, how am I gonna get this out? So what I did was I used a jack and extensions to push the bolt up as high as possible to be able to cut it. So you're probably gonna be like, well, how did you cut it with the radiator support there? Well, this is what I did. Again, not a mechanic, probably not the right way to do it. I took this support loose right here, took the support loose over there on that side, and then I pushed the radiator up. Now, is there risk of breaking the radiator? I would probably say so. But I was at the end of my rope trying to figure out how to get this thing out. So this plastic piece right here completely pops out of the frame. So what I noticed is this little plastic piece is just sitting inside of this frame right here. Everyone's like, oh, you can go through this corner right here. I don't know how anyone would have been able to do that. So what I did is unbolted the radiator, and then I used a extension up through the hole and pushed this up and gave me a gap about that much. So with the both ends of this cut as much as possible, I was able to finagle that thing out of there. So that's how I was able to get that front bolt that broke. Again, not a mechanic, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of shit talkers on here talking about, oh, you could have busted the radiator. Well, after 2 hours of trying to get that stupid bolt out, this was my solution. So if you're going to do this, do it at your own risk, but that's how I did it. All right, so I did finish up the install of the S&B cab mounts. Just did the test drive. So I drove probably like 5 or 6 miles. It's a loop that I always drive daily, and I could tell that it was a little softer. It wasn't as jarring as it normally is, but I just wanted to show you what I took off. So this is one. So this is the top mount. So on this one, it was the top and bottom was just straight tore all to pieces. The other ones, it was all the bottom that was pretty much disintegrated. And when I say disintegrated, it was just falling apart in your hand. It was pretty disturbing, the fact that, you know, Ford put that type of material on especially a 1-ton truck. So I can show you guys right quick what it looks like. Hold on one second. All right. So that one was probably the easiest out of all of them, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it definitely looks a lot better than the old ones. Again, it's going to be hard to tell. I mean, I just spent $500. I did this myself using just a 2x4 and a jack. So don't be discouraged and don't think that you can't do it, because you definitely can. Hopefully, as time goes, some of the roads that I normally take here in Maryland, they're pretty crappy. So I'll be able to, give you a better review probably in the next week or so. Plus this weekend I'm going to be camping, and that's probably when I'll be able to really notice it. I'll be hauling a 40-foot gooseneck, so I'll definitely be able to tell. Again, I know that this is an F350 1-ton truck. I would really like for it to ride like a F150, but it's just not going to happen. But the cab mounts were definitely destroyed. I would say 5 out of the 6. 6 out of 8. Is that right? Yeah. So it was 1, 2, 3. So definitely the 2 front ones, and the other front cab ones. The rear cab one on both sides, they were pretty good. So hopefully that will make my ride a little bit better. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please leave comments in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer those for you.